Ladies, gentlemen, bodies of water, we are the Alchemy Lab. My name is Lee, and I'm playing Cassius Valentine. Remember that this time.
My name is Carl. I'm playing Gracchus Foebreaker.
And my name is Matt, and I've got ice in my mouth.
Are we ever going to get a decent opening?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We didn't with the Tan Gentlemen. We never ever got these right ever. I think it adds to our charm, our boyish charm.
Nice.
But enough of our boyish charm and why you like watching this channel so much. We are in the middle of an investigation, as we always are, unless it's the first episode, and then we're just about to get it. But right now, we're on part 4.
We are indeed.
Of Upside Down question mark case.
The Nihilist.
The Nihilist.
I did see it. The Nihilist. Yes, and I thought, good name. And then I forgot. So yes, we are at part 4 of The Nihilist. Last time on Streets of Mihre. Well, I'll go for it. Yeah, I'll go for it. We cornered Lysa. I was gonna interrogate her with my magic, with my sexy voodoo magic, my hex. And she had some magic on her already, which was kind of like an anti-interrogation kind of curse. So we got a guy in, Gellhart, who was a mage, a twitchy mage, who we didn't really think much of to begin with because we rolled trash insight rolls. But then he had a little bit of like a little kind of other personality. He clocked eyes with me, I clocked eyes with him, asked his name. Gellhart has a thing inside of him, called Pox, his alter ego. But he helped us dispel the curse, and it seems as though Lysa's a good girl. From what we can see, she seems to have been put into this under duress, which she was off to the doctors. And the last person she remembers seeing is a genocide, which we imagine is Calliope, who is another name we've been given. So currently, Lysa is under our ward. We're off to the Devilish Library. I've made a friend in Gellhart because I want those sexy secrets from him, because that's what I do. And we are going to take her into our care and hopefully track down the person who is selling the death pots and pans, the death utensils.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
The death kitchenware, death range. Yeah.
Indeed. And we open in the Devilish Library. We're going to open... I'm going to say we're going to open in your office. Because you've not even been to the office yet.
I've been there. I was there once.
I wasn't.
On my Shay Long.
I was not.
Well, currently, Liza is sitting on the Shaylong.
Of course.
She has a whiskey and water, mostly water, just to kind of
take the edge off.
Yeah, because it seems she's had quite the last few months. You're waiting on Charon, who is, you imagine, due fairly shortly. And you have been chatting with her a little bit. And we'll come in mid-convo.
And that's all you can remember, is it, Lysa, that you were going to the doctors on the sky side of the Eastern Quarter. You remember seeing a female genocide. And then that's it.
Yeah. I think someone touched me. Someone touched my head.
Whereabouts?
It was just on the back of the head.
I looked to Gracchus. Does that correspond with what you saw?
It's a bit of an imprecise art. I see an aura, not an entry point, but from what I could see, it was more on the front, as if someone had focused. But if we're talking about someone who can put a cast on them to prevent them from speaking, it wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility to knock them out with a spell either.
Well, we have an associate coming here, Lysa, who hopefully can help us, both in tracking down your husband, stopping this curse, and hopefully we can get to work and sort all of this out. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Nock would be here, wouldn't he?
I think
Nock
so.
is in the corner,
Mhm.
and he is taking down notes.
Mhm.
So he's written down everything she said.
Mhm.
And there is a soft rap on the door,
Mhm.
and Nock gets up and scurries over, and
Because he's our little secretary.
yeah, reaches up, opens the door, and there is Charon, adorned in a large dark leather coat. He has a woman behind him who is dressed a bit. She's dressed in a similar way to the doctor you saw at Jonathan's house.
Mhm.
So you suspect she's some kind of physician.
Yeah.
Nock, as soon as he opens the door and sees Charon, he sort of scurries back a bit. It's like, good sir. Yes.
Ciao.
Good sir, indeed. Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
Where do we start?
Well, three things. And
So I heard before. I've heard about the issue at the market. We're looking into that currently.
I stand by my original warning of just burn everything.
I'm taking that as a last resort, to be quite honest with you.
I understand that, but trust me, the amount of items I saw marked with this aura is not a good sign.
Well, from what we've seen so far,
we were in.
I understand that, but from what I've seen so far, they can be at least cleaned out, removed from the rest of the crockery, as it were. We've got a few people on that at the moment. If it is more widespread than it appears, though, it is going to be a case of the Dragonfire option, as it were, which is going to be just getting rid of everything. Do you have any idea who could be doing something like this? Or why?
no, unfortunately not. I thought Liza here was truly involved with this, but it appears she has been cursed herself. My initial plan is to, well, hopefully use your informants to get the word on the street out that we have taken one of these informants, one of these associates off the street, and perhaps bring the person to our door, or, well, start leaving the breadcrumbs towards theirs.
Aye. Nia, if you don't mind, look over the lady, make sure she's all right. The doctor walks in and just sits beside Liza on the shalong and starts just checking her over, taking her pulse. She's using magics, but you're only sort of half paying attention to them. Suffice to say, she's giving her sort of just a checkup, like check over. Well, do you at least have a place you can begin?
The last thing Liza remembers is heading to a doctor in the Eastern Quarter on the sky side of the area. She doesn't remember going in. The last thing she remembers is seeing a female genasi and then nothing. From what we've understood, there's also a female genasi selling these items in the marketplace. Goes by the name of Calliope, from what we've been told.
There are not many genasi around, you know. Not many genasi at all. I reckon if we look through the missing persons, we may be able to find a Calliope who is a genasi.
Stands to reason. If Liza's a victim in this and been kidnapped to do this job, why wouldn't he do it to the first one?
So, how long ago was she taken?
4 months.
Long time,
And she-
Sharon.
She
Long
hasn't
time.
had any memory for 4 months.
No.
She's been under the spell for 4 months.
Her husband. We need to try and find him too. It's not right, her
Right.
being on her own.
Eastern Quarter?
Yeah, was it Paolo? Cass, you spoke to her more than I did.
It was Paolo. Lisa, do you have a second name?
No. No, we don't do that. We haven't.
Can you give a description of what Paolo would look like then? It would help us finding him.
Yeah.
His profession, anything.
Half elf. Dark skin, dark hair. He worked at the docks. So he worked at the nearest dockyard to the eastern quarter.
I sort of know
That's,
Cass.
yeah.
Where, do we know what dock the outbreak was at? The doctor at Jonathan's house said there'd been an outbreak at one of the dockyards as well. What
It's
is
not
it?
in my notes, but it does stand to reason that it could be the same one.
What if?
He didn't specify.
Let me find that out then.
How close is Jonathan's, Matt? Jonathan's a dock worker.
He is, yeah. He's not far. He's not too far. You can send. You probably send a runner.
I'm probably going to send Knock with another message.
Yeah.
Knock, I have yet another secret mission for you.
Good sir.
Do you remember we went to see Jonathan today? The man with the...
Yes. He was almost going to do Jonathan's voice there for no reason
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah. So when you see Jonathan, you must say, hello. This is Cassius from the Heartbreaker investigators. I need to know if a man named Paolo worked with you at the docks. If you respond with as much information as you can to Knock here, who is speaking to you now, it will be most helpful in our investigation in helping you and your family.
Good sir.
So,
He scurries off out the door, making a kind of siren noise that you're not sure where that may have come from. But
It's the noise he makes
slowly.
Special mission.
It slowly dies away. Doesn't completely disappear, but it slowly dies away. And you're left with Charon and Liza and Nia, the doctor.
Charon, might we speak outside for a moment?
Certainly.
I'd lead him out to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Cass, it might be worth you coming with us.
okay.
We have to entertain the possibility that her husband might be dead.
Dead.
This was
Jonathan,
4 months ago. There was an outbreak at the docks, and yes, he could have been one of the people that died. This does not take long.
The person who hired us is also a dock worker.
This takes
Great.
4 days, beginning to end, and they die.
She's been gone 4 months. We might not find Paolo. She...
All right, there's a chance of that, sure. Surely, there's a chance of that, but we're going to have a look anyway. Docks are large. They're very large down here, so
And there are
potentially...
plenty as well.
Right.
The concern for me... When was this first case reported? Do we know?
The doctor
was it?
said about 6 weeks ago.
It could have been the dock.
The gnome that I was speaking to earlier on this morning as well said
Mhm.
something about this, that it's maybe been going on 2 months to 6 weeks.
I've heard about this, yeah. I've heard about it.
So, if the docks was the first place to get hit, let's say longest was 2 months ago. That means Liza's been missing 4. So something in the intervening period had to have happened for this plague to have been produced. Maybe the dock was a test run. And maybe the dock was targeted because Liza had a link to it.
True.
If you want to get her into a place like that, her husband working there.
So hold on, you're talking about this sickness, the curse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Whoever's doing this is just trying to cause maximum damage. Liza went from stall to stall in that market, selling as much crap as she could, and from not a lot, from what we can work out. This wasn't about profit. This is about killing people.
There has to be a reason behind that.
Not for
But-
everyone.
The reason we can find out later. I think at the moment we need to be finding the next piece of the puzzle.
Right. I'll agree with you. I'll put my feelers out. We'll see who we can find. If we can find this Paolo, that's a start. If we can find Calliope, that's another thing.
When did Gallant first appear in town?
Who?
The mage you sent to help us in the market.
Oh, Gellert. All right.
You mean Gelhard? What are you talking about, Gracchus?
He's been
It's been
here.
a long day.
He's been here for a while.
Okay.
Been
I don't
under
think he's
my-
our target, Gracchus. I think this pox is more of a just the dark side of him. Whatever
that-
it is, I don't think he's the target. I think this pox character is merely a
Something else to worry about later, maybe.
yes. That's something
Oh,
for another
right.
time.
Okay, that Gellhart. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Don't push that. Seriously, don't push that.
Fair enough.
I've seen. I mean it.
You've
I've seen
it.
what happens to people. I've seen what happens to people who do push that, and they get turned inside out.
Push it
So-
how, Chow?
They get.
No,
They
but
get-
push it how? How are they pushing it? Are they trying to get rid of this pox, or
Most likely. One of the things
Well-
Gallant say was he tried to get rid of it a few times and it didn't end well.
It's not just getting rid of it. I mean, people have tried to get rid of it. People try to bring it out and all. Bring it out for certain reasons. And suffice to say, Pox don't like that. As a cleric, I'll tell you this, right? As a cleric, which is what he is, basically, Gellart is often the subject of the odd kidnapping attempt. Water scarce, they make water, right?
Mhm.
The last time someone tried that, and we found him, well, we didn't find him exactly, he just came back. Walked back, covered in blood, pointed us in the direction. It was a warehouse full of people. Absolutely chock full of people. And they weren't in one piece, let's say. They were in several. So, watch yourself.
That's probably an issue to deal with later then.
Right.
So, Chara, if I can ask these few things of you, it would be most helpful. Firstly, the feelers for Paolo, should you be able to find any. Also, this Genasi in the Eastern Quarter. If you could also put some messages out into the seedy underbelly of Tier 7 to say that this Lysa is now off the streets and has been taken care of. I think this could also help our case in expediting us to the person in charge.
Are you sure about that?
Well, we unfortunately, we're on a time limit, Sharon. The longer we wait looking around for this person who seems to be covering their tracks quite well and seems to be quite adept at it, we have 4 days.
We are.
Well, I think
We
we
are
in
on a
fact
timer.
have 2 days. I think we have 2 days for Jonathan.
Jonathan has 2.
His family will have less than that.
Probably less than 1.
Indeed. So
Right,
I'm feeling that we may have to.
My concern is that you're going to reduce that time limit for other people. If you mention that this Liza is off the street, whoever's doing it could accelerate their plans.
The alternative is he doesn't know. More material gets out there somehow and more people get infected.
Mr.
Fullbreaker,
Mr. Fullbreaker, you're assuming that it's a he, but you don't know. We know nothing at the moment.
All
I
the more
understand
reason to make this quick. We have nothing to go on.
All the more reason to do it carefully,
I
considering
understand,
the forces
Sharon.
at play.
Yes, I understand. Well, I will leave this in your hands, of course. Should you be able to find this Calliope, that would be most helpful. If we run into a brick wall, then maybe we have to go for the Dragonfire option, as you said earlier.
Aye. Well, I mean, you don't exactly have nothing to go on. You do have a rough area where Liza was picked up.
Should we find ourselves in this situation tomorrow, perhaps we come back and reevaluate, yes?
Perhaps.
Very well.
Yeah.
Just the first 2 then, Sharon.
You'll be hearing from me. He leaves the bar.
We should head to the Eastern Quarter then, try and find this doctor.
Indeed, we should.
Talking of doctors, the doctor in your office doesn't run down the stairs, but sort of moves quite quickly down the stairs. She notices that Charon's gone, and she sort of sighs, a little bit exasperated, but she looks at the pair of you. Do you know her?
Well, we're the ones that found her this morning.
Right, and her... All right, and we're looking for her husband, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been checking her over. There's a couple of things you should know. The first is, that her mind is damaged.
Right.
I'm not sure. I don't think the damage is permanent, but it is damaged nonetheless.
Well.
And I suspect that if you had gotten to her mere days later, she would be too far gone. She would be a vegetable.
That's not encouraging.
No, it's not. But you did get to her, so she's all right. She will recover. Won't have some memories, but she will recover. The other thing is perhaps more sensitive than that.
She's pregnant?
She was pregnant. She's not now.
Makes sense. The explanation for going to the doctor was she was feeling sick every morning.
She didn't have the baby.
Miscarriage?
No, nothing so gentle. And they're not gentle.
Any idea of what actually happened to it?
From not without a more detailed examination. But good grief, dog.
All of a sudden, a dog bursts into the Devilish Library and kicks chairs and things.
Jesus. We're talking about serious stuff, dog. Good grief.
Right, it helps lighten the mood at the most important time, it's fine.
Well, he's here now, so he's not going anywhere. Without a more detailed examination. It's just guesswork at this point, but there is a lot of... I've had to purge some toxins out of her system that are consistent with decomposition and decay. So it
died.
It was killed. Well, it either died or it was killed and left there.
Wow.
How far along was she? Do you know before the baby died?
We're within the first trimester. A month at most.
And we're under the impression she was not aware she was with child.
She hasn't asked anything about it, so
she probably would have found out by going to Dr. Cass.
I don't think we stand to gain anything by letting her know this.
Neither do I.
Do what you can, Doctor, but if this woman's mind is damaged, I think this will push her further.
I'm inclined to agree, but I wasn't comfortable making that decision without at least informing the people closest to her that I could find. I'm afraid that is both of you.
Very well.
One more life lost because of this bastard.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'll keep at her. I'll take care of her. She'll be all right.
Thank you.
She goes back up the stairs.
Doctor, sorry. In case we can find you later after we sent Liza home. Where is your offices?
My offices. Well, I don't strictly have offices. I'm under the employ of our mutual friend.
Sawbones.
Specific we can find you, or would just reaching out to Charon be best?
Well, you can find me. You can find me in the large house by the southeastern dock.
Thank you.
That's where you'll find him as well, if you so choose to.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
She goes back upstairs.
There's only one place we can go now for more information. We need to check out the Eastern District.
Mm-hmm. Put this from your mind for now, Brackers.
Don't worry, it will be. But if we find whoever did this...
I understand. Come. Let's go.
All right. So you leave the Devilish Library. There is a cart outside.
Oh, fuck. We've got to wait for Jonathan. We've got to wait for Jonathan's message.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Brackers, should you wish to go now, I can follow you, but I believe I need to wait for Knock and see if...
Given the activity this person's going through, it's probably wise we stick together. Being able to knock out Liza that easily, I don't want to risk us getting separated.
Very well.
In that case, Rembrandt.
Yeah.
I'll take a rye if you have one.
2, please, and some of your lovely strawberry tobacco stuff.
Certainly.
You know, I might join you on that one this time, Cassius.
All right. There you go. That'll be a gold for the lot.
I'll cover this one. I just
friend.
Put the coin over to him.
All right. He pours you drinks, rolls your tobacco. That young girl who came in earlier. What's her name?
Liza.
I thought so. I thought that might be her. So her face was on a poster not long ago.
As in a missing poster.
Missing poster.
How long ago was that, Rembrandt?
Around 3 months.
Be about right. Poor girl's been gone for 4.
I was hoping it'd be more recent, but
4 months
I
gone.
guess no more information as to whether Paolo is safe or not. Right. Thank you, Rembrandt.
I wish I could help you there. I wish I knew a Paolo, but I don't.
That's very helpful. Thank you, Rembrandt.
Rembrandt, maybe you can. Does Calliope ring a bell? Genasi. She might also be one of them among the missing.
Come to think of it, yeah. There's only been one Genasi who's been on a poster like that, and around half a year ago.
Goodness.
That's 2 victims 2 months apart.
Well, she was these kind of things come up around where I live occasionally. It was up in I live on Eastern Roads.
Do you?
Whereabouts, Rembrandt?
Sorry?
Whereabouts? Is it by the sky side, perchance?
Not far. About about a street or so from there. It's a nice walk in the morning. I walk along the sky side.
You know a
because
doctor
obviously
in the area.
a doctor in
Mhm.
here. Yeah. Well, my local doctor would be Mihre. No, not her. No. My old doctor was Mihre. My most recent was a Dr. Rain.
The office is
Replaced. Sorry.
Offices by the sky side.
Close to, yeah.
Liza was heading to a doctor's in that area along that walkway.
Indeed.
Oh.
What's the doctor look like?
Well, Dr. Rain is older fella. I've only been to see him one time. Older fella, human, pretty frail. Yeah, not
When did they first come into town?
Oh, he was I think he came down from tier 5 or 6. I think he came into some money troubles. He came down, I think it must have been around 3 or 4 months ago that he came down. When he came down to replace the other doctor.
Do you know what happened to the other doctor?
Just disappeared one day. You know, I quite liked her. She was a friendly girl, but up and vanished.
Awfully convenient, don't you think, Cass?
Indeed. I think you may have given us something to work on there, Rembrandt. I appreciate it.
Oh, all right. We're glad to hear it. Your secretary has just entered the building. And Knock scurries up.
Good sir.
Hello, good sir.
Got Jonathan's voice though.
What was the message, Knock?
Oh well, I'll tell him that I don't know a Paolo. That is way too happy.
I like
he's
it.
Diseased.
I like it. It's like, is this
Tell him-
on? Is this on?
Yeah. I suppose tell him that I don't know a Paolo who works at the docks. I'm nowhere near the eastern area. I hope everything's going all right. Time's getting a little bit short here.
Well, thank you, Nock. That was very helpful. And, well, maybe that's good news. Gracchus, maybe not, but...
Remind me what you asked him.
Was there a Paolo working at the docks?
Was there a Paolo working at his docks?
Okay, that was the only thing.
That we're moving, like we have some leads and we're moving as quickly as we can, so we hope to have this case solved pretty soon. All the best.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure.
I'm still slightly worried by that, though. He said he didn't work close to the Eastern District. It's still a possibility that Paolo... That poor girl.
Well, Jonathan got infected by the pot, remember? So...
Yeah, but he didn't work at the Eastern Docks, which is where the first outbreak hit, as far as we understand.
Well, we don't know that for sure, do we?
So it was Eastern Docks.
No,
Wasn't
I
the
don't think
Eastern
we
Docks?
know.
Okay, sorry.
We don't know there was. We don't know there was an outbreak. We know a couple of people died at a dock.
Yeah, sorry.
Jonathan worked at a dock, so we inferred that this may have been the outbreak area. But thinking about it, Jonathan got infected by a pot. The other guys could have been infected by a pot. Paolo could be fine, but looking how this is going at the moment, with like all the nasty shit that's going on, Paolo's probably dead.
Yep.
But that's player knowledge, not character knowledge. Cassius is hopeful.
Yeah. Sorry, for some reason got in my head that it was the Eastern Docks where these workers had died for some reason. Anyway, cool. Never mind them.
It's been a while since we recorded last, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Nock. That's very helpful. Now, the doctor is still upstairs with Lysa, and she's tending to her. You're more than welcome to stay up there, but I think we have some things to do now, Nock, and they could be dangerous. Okay, so best not come with us this time. Okay, good sir.
Okay. Good luck.
I guess we're off to the Eastern District then.
I believe we are.
So there's a cart outside. Boise is the driver, and he's. You get the sense that Charon is preferring to walk, and he's left it there for you in case you needed to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Boise turns around in the at the reins of the cart, where the beetles are.
Mm.
All right, fellas, where you headed?
The Eastern District, Boise.
Eastern, all right.
Driveside Doctors, if you know where it is.
I don't know where that is, but if I just stay on the Skyside Road, along the Eastern District, we'll probably get pointed in the right direction, I imagine.
Yep.
Fantastic. Let's go.
All right, off we pop. Off we pop. All right, so you chaps are in the back of the cart. You're on the way to the Eastern District. And I think that's a good place to leave it. So
There we are.
Nice.
things are getting intense now. Things are hotting up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bit fucking dark and scary, and this motherfucker at the end of it is going to have hell to pay for Gracchus, I think. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. And that bill is only going to get bigger if things like Paolo have died. If Paolo has died, and also realistically, based on what the doctors told us, Calliope's probably a f***ing vegetable.
Yeah.
If we get her out of the spell, chances
If
are
she comes out of it, yeah. If any of Jonathan's family dies, literally, if anyone more dies that's been under our watch, it's bad times. I'm just going to be shutting the door.
It pretty much, yeah, it is going to be Cassius. take a walk.
Yeah.
And that will
Yeah.
get longer depending on what happens between now and then.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Come back tomorrow morning, maybe.
Yeah.
This is the proper sort of horror noir angle
Yeah.
that I was going
We're
for
going-
with this.
We're going full in now.
We
Full in with the
promised
dark
it.
stuff.
The very first episode, we promised it's going to be a horror noir.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a couple sort of darker episodes to ease in. Now we're hitting the heavy
Yeah.
Mm.
And this will be the first one that does not conclude on part 4 because we are
Yeah.
on part 4, Ladies and Gentlemen, Bodies of Water. This one is going to be extended. I don't think the end's really that far. Well, not that far. It's not in sight at the moment. So maybe a few more for you, Ladies and Gentlemen, Bodies of Water, to imbibe in.
I think there will be 2 more.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I thought there would be
Depends
2
how
more.
long this guy needs to pay. Because if it's a long time, that could be an episode in its own right.
Yeah. I think it might be 2 more, but I thought it might be 2 more when we recorded part 3. So, you know.
To be fair, you dangled an interesting side character in front of us, and we got a bit fixated on that dude. So
Yeah.
that added about half an hour to that episode.
Yeah. I looked through my characters that I've made for such situations, and I thought, oh, he's an interesting one. And then I was like, okay, he may
Perhaps
spark some things. Well, almost on purpose
Oh,
as well.
it was
He's
a
going
great
to spark
shout,
some things.
For when
She's
he
got-
when he said Pox was the other name, I'm like, right, okay.
Mm.
It could be a Jekyll and Hyde situation, and the Hyde could be creating a magical plague.
He's basically got a
Indeed.
necromorph inside of him, the motherfucker. A
Yep.
necromorph that can talk.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out in a future instalment. So,
I am absolutely going to have a chat with him. Everyone's telling me not to. I'm going to have a chat with him. Absolutely. And it's going to be all tense and weird, and you don't know if Cass is going to die or not, and you're going to love it. But in order to see that episode as soon as it comes out, you're going to need to subscribe. You're going to need to like these also to let us know if you actually like it. You can also dislike it as well. Don't, like, just any kind of engagement so we know that people are actually watching this. Not to say that we'd stop if people weren't watching this, because we'll just keep on going anyway, because we're having a great time.
I'm enjoying this too much.
Yeah, so we'll be here. So probably good to subscribe so you know when they're coming out. Like it if you want, and that gives us some idea if we're doing good stuff or not. And then comment with some funny stuff and, you know, stuff like that. And we'll probably comment as well because that would be funny.
Trust us, after this episode, we need some humour.
Yeah, that was dark. It was in the depths.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, you said horror noir. We've gone horror noir.
You knew what we were going in for.
Yeah, indeed.
You know,
And this is probably what you're going to get from all of us. So after this story is done, ladies and gentlemen, another reason to subscribe is that we're not going to stop after this one. I'm going to do one. Carl's going to do one. And then we'll just probably rotate until we're old men.
Yep.
Until I finally grow a beard.
by that point, I will look like Gandalf the goddamn White.
He'll actually look like a massive wizard.
But I might have to play a wizard at some point in that just to be thematic.
Absolutely, be thematic.
Get the big hat and the cloak and just done.
Indeed.
I need to be like a swashbuckler with this. But
You do,
It's
yeah.
such
You look very Errol Flynn.
I mean, and honestly, ladies and gentlemen, bodies of water, not that you care, this is just how it grows. I never get a beard.
Well, until then, until Lee is
These
fully
buggers
bearded.
do.
Until Lee is fully
we're gonna keep
bearded,
going.
Carl is mostly hair, and I am maybe 50% hair. I don't know.
Yeah.
We will see you anon. Thanks for watching.
See you later. Bye.